Good morning, folks. This is part two. A nice lady from the Aspire Disability Centre came out with the key and unlocked the gate because the normal person's running a bit late this morning. So here I am now on Hereford Street, which is a much busier street because Worcester Street, where we were, has been blocked off. So it's like local traffic only. They've blocked off one end of it and whatever, you know. So this is Hereford Street. I won't say it's one of Christchurch's main streets, but it runs east to west from the central city out through into the Linwood area. So yeah, so this is what had first attracted me, or attracted my attention. I was walking down this one, Hereford Street, and I noticed what looked like a skinny section. I don't know, is that 10-15 metres wide for a land plot? And I guess it would have been some scummy old 100-year-old house, or it could have been a sort of block of 1960s 2 or 3 or 4 units or something. And then I saw this that it's been made into a sort of a long skinny place. We've got a marked pedestrian footpath. You can see the bitumen seals nearly brand new. It's got this interesting sign. And I'm sorry that we've got harsh sunlight today because a little bit of overhead cloud would have just given, well, there's a touch of overhead cloud. If we had a bit more overhead cloud, that would have been much nicer for the filming towards the north. No overnight parking, unfortunately, for camper vans, because it seems to me like it would be a really good place to park your camper van overnight. And the nice lady who came out from the Aspire Disability Centre, she was saying it's handy because this is a bus stop right here. So so people who can only walk a short distance can effectively cut through the block. And there were actually more buses in Worcester Street before they changed the roading to make it local only traffic and blocked one end off and all that sort of thing. So yeah, but yeah, that's a little gate just down there that I came through just a few minutes ago. So they've got 2 disability car parks right at the very end there, and one oversized car park, a good size for a camper van, perhaps, just there. So we've got like an 1/8 acre of land, and it's it incorporates a walking path and and 3 car parks total, which as a use of resources would seem to make them very expensive car parks, but I guess the land was empty, the building had probably had to been demolished, and maybe the new owners hadn't rebuilt. Now, while I'm here, I'm just going to point out, this is the New Zealand cabbage tree. It's native to all of New Zealand, pretty much. There's a slightly different version right down the most southerly parts. Cordyline australis. Now, it's popularly grown in England as a faux palm or a pretend palm tree, because it has a little bit of a palm tree look, but it can take a lot more cold than most palms. And so in colder climates, it's grown as a faux palm, as a pretend palm tree. Yeah, it'll be 5-10 metres high in the garden. I'll get the cough out of the way. I think in the native bush they get up to about 20-25 metres high, but they could be hundreds of years old by that time. And they're a weird one. They're not actually wood as in growth rings. They're more like compressed pith. So a little bit like palm tree wood is not wood in the true sense of not like a tree with growth wings kind of wood. This is an interesting one. So it's a little bit over 1 metre high, but touching about 5 foot, so about 1.5 metres or something. It looks like we've got a couple of heads starting there, but you're not quite sure. No, it's just nice dense one. So it's a nice dense vigorous one. In fact, no, it looks like there's 2 there. There could have been seeds. The seeds get dropped by birds, and given that they are native to the area, they're all around the place, and seeds get dropped by birds and they pop up in gardens. My point is that by the time the base of this tree is 2 feet or 1/2 metre or so diameter, do you think it's going to push that wooden fence over? Or at least very badly affect it? It's going to punch it right out. So, but anyway, they're a nice tree in a pot. If you're in a really cold climate, you know, if you were somewhere like Norway or something, you couldn't grow this at all. You can grow it as a pot plant, bring it into like an enclosed porch in the winter time, put it out in a patio or something in summertime as an outdoor plant. And there are coloured versions too, which are less hardy, but they tend to be red and that. But yeah, Cordyline australis, that's just a standard New Zealand cabbage tree, and that's a common green form. if there's other people who have them even closer to fences, and you can see they've already cracked the fences, so we might try to catch them later on. There's some guy there with a wee dog taking it out for a walk. So we're going to carry on with our walk, and the wind's starting to get up. We're sort of hoping for a little bit of cloud and no wind, but we'll take what we've got. We've got another couple of stops to make today, so we're going to head away. And this is Catherine. So it's just coming up to about 9 AM on Wednesday the 16th of January 2019. And that's all for now. Cheerio, folks.